Hello, everyone.
Hello! We left and we came back again, and we left and we came back again. What's our name? You know my name.
Our name... Melee.
Melee, yes. The beautiful Melee. Oh my god, I love this print. Fried chicken and biscuits.
So yeah, we went away for a while. Oh, there's Story.
Nugget!
There's Nugget up there!
It's Nugget!
You sleep softly as the morning sun casts a warm glow through the window of your modest student apartment. The world is peaceful and serene. You could stay in the moment forever. Or you could wake up now. Your first day of culinary school is no time to sleep in.
The dog is losing her absolute mind. She's like, what the... God's be nervous at that sound. I was sleeping.
Yeah, we have our pit bull in the room. She's sweet, but she's also very sleepy.
And grumpy.
Lying in the bed, you stare at the ceiling, thinking about everything that awaits you at the prestigious University of Cooking School, Academy for Learning. Your mind begins to wander. Who will be there? What will you cook? What should you wear? The time begins to fly by, and you find your imagination getting away from you.
These are freshman thoughts. These are not any other year's thoughts.
Do we need to take this seriously, or do we allow ourselves to daydream a bit, thinking about the future?
No, you splash cold water on your face and you get ready for the day.
Fair enough. I better make sure to arrive prepared for the first day. Wait, is our protagonist male or female? Should I be doing the voice for...
I will do the voice for Dear Melee, I guess, if it's a lady. I don't know. I mean,
I guess I'm Sir Narrator today.
Yeah, you'll be Sir Narrator.
Perhaps even the Colonel. You bust through your morning checklist. Teeth equals brush, hair equals comb, pits equals deodorized. Nothing can stop you now.
Hell yeah.
Equals a great day. You confidently grab a biscuit, strut out the door, and head off to class.
Oh, I want a biscuit.
Just what you need to get your blood flowing.
That's not what carbs do. You go to culinary school, you should know these things.
I'd be falling asleep if I was eating a KFC biscuit first thing in the morning. Standing in the quad, you gaze upon the magnificent University of Cooking School, Academy for Learning. Here comes your lifelong best friend forever, Miriam.
Yeah, Miriam.
She's the most adorably awkward person you've ever met. You absolutely love her for it.
Good morning, Melee. Are you excited for the first day of the rest of our lives? Actually, because I sure am. Excited, a little nervous. Okay, a lot nervous. It's just that this morning I made breakfast for myself, but well, when I ate it, I couldn't taste any of the love of my food, and what if I'm no good? What if I fail?
Classic Miriam, raised by Master Chef parents, she's always held herself to a very high standard. Not like this channel where we leave for months on end and come back with KFC.
Yeah. Ever since we were babies, playing together, and you rescued me from that quicksand box, it's been clear to me that you're the most loving, caring person I know. You're great. You're gonna do great. But with the Cooking School University Nonsense Academy for Learning famous 3-day only semester, I'm afraid of being left behind and never catching up.
A sweet girl, Miriam has always had a flair for the dramatic. The summer she got so nervous about her fist that she chipped a tooth practicing on a mannequin.
Her fist?
Her first kiss. I've been playing Yakuza.
Good job.
No, it's her fist. That's what matters at KFC. It's your morals and your fists.
I'm sure that's what this game's gonna teach us.
Should you pep talk her or change the subject to give her some relief?
What do you think?
It's probably healthier to give her a boost before she goes in.
Yeah, and there's only 3 days of school.
Friends gonna notice when you change the subject.
Yeah. Remember last month when we said we saw the fortune teller and had our tarot cards read? That lady with the mask who gave me nightmares? I've been trying to forget. I know, she looked spooky, but she was sweet. And she told you that you were destined for great things. Remember that card with the fancy-looking tower? And the other card featuring the handsome fellow in the red suit? meet a handsome fellow who I could call my own. And I'm sure you will soon. In no time, we'll be graduating and you'll be delighting the world with your heartfelt cooking in no time at all.
As you talk Miriam up, you can feel her nerves begin to ease.
You know what? Maybe everything will be okay after all. If not, at least I had these killer bangs. Can you believe them? I believe I cut them myself? Yes.
Possibly. You can definitely believe it.
I can't believe it.
Before you can get another word out, you're rudely interrupted when someone smacks your books and the custom engraved measuring spoons out of your hands and onto the ground.
Hey!
It's Ashley, your arch rival. She's totally evil, but you can't help but be filled with jealousy. She can get anything she wants and she knows it.
And she has a boob window in her
She's
uniform.
Totally not Ashley from WarioWare.
Yeah. Hey Ashley, do you want to be Ashley?
What voice should I give her?
Give her Etsuko. They had both have purple hair.
Oh, I didn't see you there, chicken shins.
You leave Melee's shins alone. They're perfectly normal shins.
Oh, you can't stand Ashley. Even her name is annoying. It's spelled weird. You know for a fact that she's actually Ashley, but she had to add extra letters to make herself feel better than everyone.
And if anyone here knows what perfect shins look like, it's us. We're not gonna let you or any weird insult get to us.
Across the quad, you see Ashley's best friend, Van the Man has stopped to look down at his own reflection in the mirror. His pants are so tight that you can see him casually working out his glutes while he styles his hair. No lie, they're rockin' glutes. Van. You right.
Perfect.
You've never been sure of what their arrangement is, but as long as you've known them, Ashley and Van have been just as close as you and Miriam, but substantially more devious.
I can't believe that the University of Cooking School Academy for Learning would ever let people like you attend as students.
I know, right? You'd think they just hand us our diplomas now, doll.
Or maybe hire us as professors. You amateurs could learn a lot from us. With the first day of school about to start, there's just not time to properly tell these two off, so you resist the urge.
Let's go, Miriam. See you, losers.
As you approach the door, you see a goofy-looking kid pushing hard against the window directly next to you.
Oopsie. I think it's broken.
You reach forward and easily pull the door open.
That should do the trick.
I love you.
Oh wow. I think you mean thank you.
My name is Bob. I am named after my papa. He's old.
Could someone like this also be a student at the school? He must be one heck of a chef. Also, his name tag clearly says Bob, but I guess he's reading it upside down.
Hi, Pop. I'm Melee, so...
Are you going to make me hold the door up?
Oh wait, this is yours. I just saw his face change and assumed.
Are you gonna make me hold the door open all day?
Nope.
And with that, the young man walks into the building ahead of you.
Is it just me, or is he kind of cute?
Miss?
I think it's just you.
You both shrug your shoulders before following him into the building. You stand at the edge of the room, unsure where to sit. Other students wander in and keep themselves busy chit-chatting. A scruffy-looking pooch takes his place at the podium at the front of class. Adorable.
Now, quiet, everyone. Who is this unreasonably adorable pup, and why is he in our culinary class? You must be Sprinkles, head educator and CEO of Too Many Letters. Please, call me Professor Dog. I may be cute and little and fluffy, but I demand respect, Wolf.
What? A cute dog is our professor? This is the best school ever. I guess only a dog's nose is capable of picking up all the nuances of fine dining. Out of nowhere, the wind begins to rush around you as a swirl of cherry blossom petals fill the air inside the classroom.
It's chilly. Someone close the window.
And then, he walks in. You're immediately swept up in the aura of this new student and his remarkable goatee. Who knew anyone could be so handsome? Time stands still.
It's him, it's... Well, if it isn't my favorite student, Harlan.
Colonel Sanders interrupts Sprinkles. Sorry, Professor Dog, before he can finish his sentence. Please, call me Colonel. Colonel Sanders. A hushed murmur rolls through the classroom as Colonel Sanders walks down the aisle of desks. Suddenly, the room is sweltering. Sweat begins to beat across your brow. You feel like everyone is looking at you and you're not entirely wrong.
And this over here must be Sweaty Sweats a lot.
Maybe we should open the window back up before Faucet Pits melts into a puddle and evaporates entirely.
Hold on just a second. Nobody talks to my friend like that. You both know my name. We were in the same kindergarten class. And what is with all your really weird insults? Besides, Melee doesn't sweat. When Melee sweats, it isn't gross. It's beautiful. It looks... Just look at that shimmer.
You take a moment to clean yourself up.
It's your only option. Yeah, click it.
Oh. It's a good thing you didn't forget about that deodorant this morning. This classroom is hot, hot, hot. Professor Dog steps in to settle the class down and set some ground rules.
Welcome to the Academy of Cooking School. Academy for Learning, the greatest culinary school academy in the world. The birthplace of culinary legends, past, present, and future. Many challenges await you. There will be tears, there will be blood, there will even be really adorable tiny food. And when it's all said and done, there will be a battle. You will lift your sporks and complete the broom cooking arena.
Just then, another student enters the classroom and interrupts the professor's rousing speech. Hi guys, sorry I'm late. I hope everyone had a good summer. I really missed...
Quiet! Late class is bad enough at interrupting my monologue? You're on a fast track to getting out of here, young man. Are you sure you're even in the right place?
Don't you recognize me? This is my third year in the school with you as my teacher. Everyone stares at him blankly. Does no one remember me?
You're expelled if you add one more before I finish! Let that be a lesson to you students on tardiness. Unacceptable! Even Clank made it here on time, rolling halfway across town on his tiny wheels.
You turn to see the student Sprinkles is referencing, who appears to be some sort of industrial kitchen appliance. The class bursts into laughter.
Oh, Clank, you rascal.
Sprinkles walks in the classroom as everyone stands in silent obedience. When he gets to you, he lifts his nose in the air and takes a deep sniff.
Your diet is lacking. Based on what I'm picking up here, you're definitely going to need a multivitamin. You should take better care of yourself.
You've never had a talking dog as a teacher before, but Sprinkles' reputation for being smart but tough is well known. You decide to try and butter him up by giving him a treat from your pocket, but what kind?
This is KFC. You want
Chicken snack. You reach beneath your apron and return with a chicken snack in your hand. Sprinkles' eyes go wide as he locks onto it. His favorite.
Yes. Well. There might be some competition for new star student.
The furry professor immediately devours the snack, leaving your hand slick with a coating of warm doggy drool. You see the other students eyeing you jealously, but you pay them no mind. If they wanted to succeed in life, they should have learned the importance of carrying a range of dog treat flavors on them at all times.
Settle down, young chefs. Take your seats and prepare to have your minds open to the amazing possibilities of culinary creation.
As everyone rushes to claim their favorite trees, you're left standing on the front of the room. Only two options remain.
Hey Melee, there's a seat here. It seems that no. Oh wait, no, it's you. Sorry.
Seems that no one's playing the seat next to me if you're interested. Two options, but what will you choose?
In reality, I would sit next to my best friend. But this is also Colonel Sanders we're talking about. This ain't no boy. This is a man.
He's handsome. He's got more realistic proportions than everyone else. That's what they're looking for. It's a tough one, because I know this game's supposed to be about him, but it feels like a douche move to sit next to him.
The Melee apparently needs to get their booty on.
Booty o'clock.
It's booty o'clock!
You move to take your seat by Colonel Sanders. It appears he brought no books, pens, or pencils. However, his perfect upright posture shows off a seriousness that makes you confident in his desire to learn.
Thanks for offering me this seat.
I've only had two rules. Do all you can and do it the best you can. It's the only way you ever get that feeling of accomplishing something.
I love his voice. That's so inspiring.
A little off topic if you ask me, but okay. As soon as you've settled into your seat, the professor makes an announcement.
Think fast! It's time for the pop quiz!
Yay, a quiz about me.
This is incredibly important and surprisingly short quiz that will tell me if you're ready for life at the culinary school. Keep your knives sharp and your focus sharp. Here comes question number 1. If A train is leaving at B port, or point B, and B train is leaving at point A, how important is it to wash your hands before cooking?
I'm gonna go with the right answer here.
Yes.
Wash your hands.
Always wash your hands.
That's right.
Forest is to tree as chicken is to...
Night vision goggles.
Alright. This is the most effective eating utensil ever created.
Sport. That's right.
You know they have this word.
I had to think about it for a second. I was wondering if it was Taco Bell or KFC.
What food is best for a broken heart? I think sauce paired with love. Not too much salt. That's right! Is Sprinkles a good boy?
He's the best boy.
Yes! That's right!
Yes.
Yeah!
Wow, be honest, did you cheat? You look up to see that Colonel Sanders has been watching you tally your score. He's impressed. I know we just met, but I have to confess, I think you have a beautiful brain.
Oh, wow.
Hot diggity Melee, you just scored some major Colonel Sanders points with that performance.
May I have your attention, students? I have an important announcement to make. It's time for lunch!
Wow, the cafeteria is as nice as any restaurant you've ever eaten at. It makes sense that the school dedicated to cooking would also be serious about eating. A delicious fragrance wafts through the room and tickles the end of your nose. Your mouth waters. Those 11 herbs and spices.
Do you smell that? That must be our lunch. It smells crazy good.
Everyone, can I have your attention?
Is it about lunch?
No, I just wanted to apologize for my tardiness. You see, Howdy, folks. I'd like to make an announcement.
Hey,
That's his voice. Hey, It's about lunch. Everyone cheers. But
Lunch!
She said,
in honor of the new semester, I prepared something special to share with everyone for lunch.
that must have been what I smelled.
Indeed, that smell You hold your breath, waiting to see what what food this mysterious student has created. You've heard that he's very talented, but were the rumors true? Is this? Colonel Sanders lifts a large bucket above his head.
That's
It
the
contains
sexiest view I've seen.
its contents glimmer in the light.
Sorry.
You're all good. Piled high are huge pieces of chicken, breaded and fried to a crispy golden finish.
Oh, I want KFC now. Why is this such a good ad?
The aroma envelops you, and you begin to feel warm and safe.
Oh, I do.
Colonel Sanders has filled a bucket? A chicken? What a novel concept. Your stomach begins to rumble as if to say, stop thinking and start eating. For years I have been developing a secret recipe for the perfect fried chicken. By my calculation, nothing less than 11 herbs and spices are required to achieve the perfect balance of flavors. You look around to notice that every other student has a pen and paper and is scribbling notes as fast as they can. But that's all I'll say about that. Wait, is Van Van the dude?
Yeah, he's the dude.
Oh yeah, and she's Ashley. What? You think we want your stupid recipe, dude? Shh. Nah, my dude, nah. I'm just, drafting a last will and testament in case, one of those ingredients is poison. Got him. He looks around nervously to see if anyone else is laughing at his sick burn. You wait to see what zinger Ashley is prepared to follow up, but she suddenly takes a different approach.
Yeah, and I was just like writing in my diary. Dear diary, today I smelled something beautiful. I knew that moment that the only hands of a true gentleman can fry chicken so tender.
You see her body language change from bitter and evil to sweet and innocent as she slides closer to Colonel Sanders. She realizes that he is destined for greatness and fame with cooking skills like this. She wants him all to herself. Oh, please. Well, Van Van the man, you don't want any.
I'll take his.
Well, hold on. I mean, I guess I'll try it. He takes one bite and his eyes grow wide. He starts contorting his face as he tries to hold in pure exhilaration and act unimpressed. Easy now, there's enough for everyone. Please, my fellow classmates, dig in. You take one of the pieces of fried chicken out of his bucket and sink your teeth into it. It's amazing. Tasting Colonel Sanders' food transport you to another dimension. Alone with your taste buds gripping a drumstick in your hand, you float weightlessly.
Swim towards the light.
Somewhere up ahead, a bright light beckons you. The flavors are so intense you become wrapped up in them. Unable to resist, you reach toward the light. It grabs your hand and pulls you closer. Closer! Until your fingertip connects with the end of everything. You are forever lost in the land of tender fried chicken bliss. Your mind dissolves. There is no melee now. There is only herbs and spices. Though Miriam tries to revive you, she cannot. Damn, what?
What? Try again?
This is our first time ever playing this, everyone. Hey, cafeteria is nice, yada yada. Fragrances.
Everyone.
Pop.
Pop. Go away, Pop.
Colonel Sanders unveiling his new shebang.
Yeah.
Ah, there we go.
Ah, yes, fried chicken. So much fried chicken. Oh, anime
JoJo
moment.
pose. Take the chicken. It's amazing.
Ah, yes.
Okay, we don't swim towards the
Don't
light.
go towards the light. Savor the moment.
Yes.
Let it tell you everything about Colonel Sanders' heart.
The flavors in your mouth are beautiful, pure, heavenly. What? That's your line.
What a guy.
Alone with the flavors, you feel something that can only be described as love. For a man? For a flavor? Are they the same? After tasting his food, you try to get some one-on-one time with Colonel Sanders. We approach Colonel Sanders.
No.
Colonel Sanders smiles ever so softly as you approach. He stops what he is doing and allows you to break the silence.
Colonel, I wondered if I could talk to you for a second.
Anything for a fellow chef.
What was exactly on that chicken?
How bold to come out and ask. It's an idea I had for a new combination of flavors that will make me my fortune and establish my legacy for all time as I open a chain of highly successful fried chicken restaurants. No big deal.
Where did
Just
your
a cane
staff-
with the
yeah.
chicken on it.
Where did the cane come from?
Oh wait, shh.
Oh no.
Yeah, what is the rush? I didn't mean to click that.
It's okay.
What's the rush? The semester's only getting started. We've got 2 more whole days to get to know each other. He's clearly not giving it up easily, but it doesn't hurt to be persistent.
You know, they said about They said, you know that they say what they say about secrets. Shouldn't learning be fun?
Aww. You got moxie, I'll give you that. Colonel Sanders looks both ways to make sure you're truly alone, and then he leans it. You can feel his warm breath as he whispers. Chicken breath. Just one ingredient, but you can't tell. I use... It's something that my great-grandmother taught me.
I thought it...
No.
No.
Wow, you never have guessed that. In fact, you're not even sure where you'd get some if you searched. While you're wrapped up in that huge revelation, you'll notice that Colonel Sanders has disappeared, while everyone else is still in the cafeteria. You decide to look for him. Yes, all these invisible men and women.
Yes.
You find Colonel Sanders outside, standing in the quad. Oh, it's you again. Howdy. Sometimes I like to come outside and look at the school buildings. I think about how my story will continue on after I've graduated.
Sounds like you have big plans.
I dare to say the biggest. I will leave my mark on this world, you can bet on that. Alone together for the first time, you figure now is the perfect moment to show your personality to him.
Well, I'm with a big idea.
Okay, we'll go with that one. You know, about that, I was thinking... I keep stealing your lines.
It's so good. You know, about that, I was thinking about your secret recipe.
I don't doubt it. It has a way of leaving an impression on all who taste it. You decide to show him that you also know a thing or two about blowing minds with new flavors.
Actually, I had some thoughts on how you could improve it.
Improve it? You want to change my secret recipe? And you think you can do better? Think you're better than me?
Have you ever heard of habanero peppers?
Heard of them. I tend an entire garden of chili pepper varieties. Habanero, poblano, cayenne. But that's not the point. You can't just toss new ingredients into my secret recipe and expect to improve it. A recipe is about balance. It involves careful consideration and refinement.
I need to...
Let this be the last time you improvise on my recipes, Melee. I'm heading back to class for the next lesson.
Oh,
That certainly didn't go as planned.
it's a little bit of an miss.
You better head back inside. But you wait a moment so that Colonel Sanders doesn't think you're desperately chasing after him. You step into the massive cooking arena, where the afternoon lesson will take place. Each student gets an oven and all the tools and ingredients they could need.
Look at this place. Isn't it magnificent? Finally, somewhere where we can show our stuff. Wait a second. Oh no, we have to show our stuff. What if I'm totally gonna blow it? You're not gonna blow anything, except maybe a few quick kisses to the crowd. You're gonna learn your signature, adorable tiny food creations. Welcome, students, to the cooking arena. For today's lesson, we'll be cooking with partners. Hurry up, pair off.
Naturally, Miriam looks over at you, but unable to control herself, you pounce on Colonel Sanders.
We're the jerk. You know what? Go put us with the other jerk. Hey, Colonel, would you like to tackle this lesson as a team? A team of 2, and that is you, me, if that isn't clear? Want to be my partner?
Aww. Sure, Melee, I'll prepare a station. Without you as a partner, Miriam is left standing all alone. 2 different students quickly take notice. I knew one was gonna be Pop. Hello, new partner.
Oh my, 2 potential partners? I'm sorry, gentlemen, I don't know who to choose.
It looks like you'll have to pick 4. Friend duties can be a little awkward, but that's the price you pay for not being alone forever. Well, you know what? Who do you want to be Miriam's partner? I'm gonna go with Clank, probably.
Yeah, I feel like he's more function.
There you go.
Oh, sorry, Pop. I think Miriam's partnering with Clank today.
It's okay, I already ate.
It's not. Oh, wait, no, it's you.
Ooh.
That's you. Let's see you again.
Thank you. Oh no. It's not entirely clear if Pop has any idea what the point of school even is at this juncture. Clank is clearly excited to have some attention. He heats up and begins to roll back and forth.
Hold on, fella. We don't even know what the assignment is yet.
Technically, Clank might not have a face, but there's something charming and earnest about him.
Tissue, I hardly know you. Uh-huh.
Clank judders and the panel shakes loose. You get the impression that this is a sign of affection.
Looks like you two will be fine.
Now it's time to focus on your own cooking classwork.
Alright, you two. For today's lesson, we're gonna keep it simple. Pick a basic dish and divide up the steps. No chef is an island. It takes 2 flints to make a fire. You get the idea.
Which dish do you suggest to your partner, Colonel Sanders? Grandmother's mashed potato and gravy.
I've always been something of a down-home chef. I was thinking we could do something warm, inviting, and comforting. Maybe mashed potatoes?
And gravy? Oh, that's not the right voice.
I couldn't imagine one without the other.
Colonel Sanders casts a coy look at you, causing your whole face to go beet red. Embarrassed, you quickly turn away.
I'll get the potatoes.
No, please, let me. Picking the perfect produce is a passion of mine.
Looks like things are getting pretty fresh around here. Does someone have a crush on Colonel Sanders?
We're just cooking partners. Mind your own business.
Sanders' heart is my business, and you'd better keep your fingers off my man.
Did someone call for me?
No tease, Van Van. While I'm over here crushing Mary's dreams, you're supposed to be taking care of our classwork. That was the deal, remember?
Colonel Sanders returns, arms full of peeled potatoes. He tosses them into the boiling water and turns his attention to you and your old friends.
Lord.
Oh, howdy there, Ashley. Van Van. Are we working in a quartet instead of a duet now?
Actually, no, it looked like Mary was struggling, so we offered to give them a hand. You know how it is, these young amateur chefs need a lot of mentoring.
I was going to say, Colonel Sanders, maybe I could teach you a thing or two about fancy food. Maybe one day you might be able to get up to my level. Ha! Doubt it.
Don't be rude, Van Van. Personally, I have no doubts about Colonel Sanders' ability to conduct relations with worthy admiration. After all, your fried chicken was quite spectacular. But Colonel, if you ask me, I might make a better partner for you than this thing that was propositioned itself at your station. Don't you feel deep down that we cast complementary shadows? We fit together like thigh and drumstick, it makes sense.
Nothing about this makes any sense, but one thing is clear, she's coming for the Colonel if you don't watch out. Ashley is really going at you hard. We need to ask for some backup here before things get ugly.
You know what? Miriam needs to focus on her schoolwork. I'm here to learn and express myself using my cuisine. No picture print with prima donnas. Partners were chosen at the beginning of class, so let's all respect the format, okay?
You turn to Colonel Sanders to confirm that you're on the same page.
I chose Colonel. Colonel chose me. Isn't that right?
The businessman respects all fair agreements, from contracts to handshakes. I took on Melee as my partner for this activity, and I stand by it. Based on your team's behavior, I'd say that you're perfect for each other. Neither of you has Melee's natural talent or their loyalty. Being defended by Colonel Sanders leaves you feeling proud and full of potential. You look for Sprinkles and hope that he might step in, but he's nowhere to be found. Darn those cute corgis and their short but sturdy nature. You look down at your station and realize in the tension of the moment, your hands have been cooking on autopilot. Distracted by the drama, you've already crushed the boiled potatoes into a perfectly creamy mashed texture, with plenty of butter and cream for flavor. It's as if your natural passion guided you through the steps you know so well while your attention was elsewhere. I know just what to do. Colonel Sanders extends his hand. He's holding a beautiful white porcelain gravy boat, out of which pours a smooth brown gravy, smothering your nearly finished potato dish. Gravy flows down the mound of mashed potatoes. The results look spectacular. Granny would be very proud.
Oh, those look so good.
Colonel Sanders holds a spork out to you. You reach out and grab hold of it, but he doesn't immediately let go. The two of you stand holding the same spork, and for that small moment, all of the madness and pressure in this crazy world stops. Your eyes lock. The moment is electric. Time stands still. You love something. Set it free. Together, you dig the utensil into the mashed potatoes and lift a helping sporkful up. When you see Ashley with a sinister look, you know she's plotting against you to be with Colonel Sanders. And then, filled with rage, without thinking, you fling the sporkful of mashed potatoes right into Ashley's stupid, beautiful face.
Van, do something!
Scooping up a fingerful, Van tastes the dripping mashed potatoes and gravy and realizes that it's delicious. Horrified by this revelation, he slinks away. Will he ever be able to cook something with so much love and integrity?
Hold on right there, Melee. We do not waste food in the broom cooking arena. Colonel Sanders, I expect better from you. If you drop one more spoonful, you both better be prepared to eat it from wherever it lands.
Can I have potatoes, please?
Van rushes over, a covered dish in his hand. Mashed potatoes with gravy? Pathetic. In just a few minutes I prepared a full meal. Gaze upon my specialty. Braised tentacle of octopus and silky saltwater sauce. Plated on a battle-axe blade forged by the supreme chef ancestors. You've ignored me for too long. This ends now. It is I who will have the first bite. And you will have all the envy. The interrupting student rushes at Van and swipes a bite of the signature dish right off the plate.
No, don't! Something like a dish doesn't strike my nose right. I think they have to put this brush. They have to turn it in if the results could be toxic.
Too late. It has been eaten. I think I left something in the oven. I don't feel so good. It killed him!
Oh, everyone step back. Don't take another bite.
When you look back at the plate, the rest of it is gone. You notice the tip of the tentacle being slurped into Pop's mouth. Pop winces in pain for just a moment, then is almost immediately back to his oblivious self.
Let's see. Tastes like poison.
The entire class is gathered to watch Pop's final moments. Shock has frozen the whole crowd. They are as motionless as statues. Class bell rings, disrupting the moment and snapping everyone back into reality. It would appear that Pop's enthusiasm for trying new things despite his obvious danger has inoculated him against poisons of all kinds.
I'm not sure the professors here make enough money. I'm still a student.
Hello, I just turned into a ghost over here. Seeing that you're shaken up by that really annoying student and all his nonsense, Colonel Sanders approaches you. I'm sorry you had to go through that. Please, let me walk you home. What? Like for real? Come on. You follow Colonel Sanders out of the room. At night, the school building has taken another vibe entirely. It's dark, and more than a little spooky. Maybe because someone just died.
Yeah! And we've now seen the ghost exist.
Colonel Sanders stands in the quad's neon glow and speaks softly. Those mashed potatoes you made in class today.
Before you go on, I want you to know they're not a great representation of my skills. I didn't even realize I was making them.
They were amazing. Tasting them, it reminded me of why I became so passionate about food to begin with. Colonel Sanders is getting choked up. Cooking is obviously important to him in a way that you find inspiring. Now might be the perfect time to tell him you're developing feelings for him.
Colonel Sanders,
Yes, Melee?
there's something I need to tell you.
Hold it right there. There's something I need to tell you first. Oh geez. When I was just a boy, I had a dream that one day I would be the greatest chef the world has ever seen. And every day since, I have been working towards that dream day and night, never stopping, never resting, also lifting a lot of weights, like so many weights. We should follow our dreams with all of our hearts, that our souls may grant them like wishes floating on a shooting star. Hey, no, you... Shut up, I'm the one here to say inspirational stuff and be the star of the story.
Are we forgetting that your cooking literally killed a guy?
You can't prove that. I also saw you kill that guy. What was his name? Somewhere in the distance you hear a long, sad sigh. Forget him, we're talking about me. Me, I'm the hero.
I'm a sport monster. He's here to fight a hero.
I think I left the fridge door open. Later, nerds. How dare you threaten me just as I was letting my guard down and connecting with another chef on an emotional level? Be afraid.
Be afraid. Be afraid.
All these voices are killing my throat between him and Ashley.
I'll do the spark monster. Be afraid, be very afraid. Is he rhyming on purpose or is this just a coincidence?
But before you can discuss syntax any further, it's a turn-based fight sequence. What will you do? Oh. Attack? Decide to go on the attack. Which attack will you use? Cook with love. Cook with love does 1 damage. It just got real. That attack really upsets Spork Monster. Spork Monster goes on the attack. They spit hot gravy at you.
Oh.
You take 1 damage. I'll defend. Maybe Colonel will chime in.
Yeah.
Which defense will you use? Trepidation. You continue to stay back and endure whatever comes your way. Seems like a pretty weird strategy, but okay, sure, you do you. Spork Monster focuses their mashed mind and draws an energy from Mother Earth itself. They grow larger and more intimidating. How will you respond?
Attack.
All we can do is cook with love. The Spork Monster is no quitter, buffed up and ready to rumble. They go on the attack once again. They use Utilitinsel. You take 2 damage from the attack. You take much more damage, you're not going to survive the battle. Decide to go on the attack. Liquid Love does 1 damage. Spork Monster is oozing cheese sauce onto the lawn of the quad. I wonder who is going to have to clean that up. Feeling vulnerable, Spork Monster prepares for its ultimate attack, Rounded Edge. Vile villain, your reign of terror stops here. Colonel Sanders summons the energy of 1,000 chickens. Hot Pie Power Pinch!
No.
Hot Pie Power Pinch does 10 damage. Spork Monster is defeated.
You saved me.
An injured Spork Monster spews steam into the night. What do we do?
Spare.
Spare him. You manage to tamp down your disgust at the sight of this gnarly beast long enough to realize that he is still a living creature with a pure soul, who deserves your pity, not your wrath.
Begone, beast. Don't you dare come back for a follow-up attack encounter tomorrow. I won't forget this, and I certainly will be back, like you said.
The Spork Monster scuttles off into the night. The defeated monster left behind a special item. It appears to be a cookbook, but upon further inspection it's so much more. It's a book of magic spells with a golden chicken on the cover. You open the cover and find a library card tucked inside. The last name to have signed it out is Borko. Borko sounds strangely familiar. Your blood is pumping and as you stand Your blood is pumping as you stand in the quiet of the night, holding the mysterious book in your hands. As you come down from your battle buzz, you realize that your final attack has left you completely depleted. The world around you begins to fade away. Without any energy to keep your eyes open, darkness overtakes you. The image of Colonel Sanders flashes before your eyes as you fall asleep. He must have helped you get home in your tired state. You don't know if you could have made it without him. What a guy. You want to thank him, but you don't have the strength to utter a single word. You feel your covers being pulled up over you as you are tucked in tightly.
Good night, my Colonel.
In your dream, you're with Colonel Sanders. For some reason, Sprinkles is also there, instructing your love. Dreams are weird.
Beautiful.
You awake on day 2, and attempt to process the wild visions you had. Were they memories or premonitions? Then there was the secret ingredient that Colonel Sanders went ahead and told you outright. Not much of a secret, huh? It's probably just because he already trusts you so much. Sure, that makes sense. We'll go with that. You meet up with your bestie in front of the school. Before you can tell her about the encounter with Spork Monster, she launches into a story of her own.
Okay, I know this might sound a little strange, but I think I might be, I think I might like Clank.
Like?
Or like. I know it sounds like it's moving too fast, but there's something about him. I like him. I like him.
Get this girl the water. She's thirsty for everyone.
It's a machine. We got to talking after class, and he's actually a totally sweet guy. Not only that, but he's really smart. Tell me all kinds of stories about Colonel Sanders. Did you know that Colonel Sanders was the most popular kid in his high school? No, but that does make complete sense. Yeah, and he was so popular that he was voted prom king at the school and didn't even go, and was also the convertible that he drove himself in front of the homecoming parade. I'm thinking maybe something got lost in the pressure cooker language translation there. Either way, it'd be best if you took it slow with this new boy. Like I am with Colonel Sanders. You and Colonel Sanders, the coolest guy in school, the most famous student ever to attend the University of Cooking School Academy for Learning, you're a thing now? We definitely connected yesterday. I'm sure you did. You're great. Why wouldn't he be into you, I guess?
Laughing at the implication that you and Colonel Sanders might be a thing is definitely not cool. You are great. You have an idea about how to improve, or how to prove that your love is real.
Well, if he's not into me, why do you tell me one of his secret ingredients?
Your bestie's eyes light up.
A secret ingredient? Yeah, I said that, a secret ingredient. Is there a dramatic echo in here?
Miriam checks to make sure you're alone before continuing. Ellipses.
So, this summer, while I was on vacation, a lovely guy approached me in the botanical garden where I was wandering.
This can't be good.
And he told me all about his passion for spices, secret spices. And the man even gave me some to show me what he meant. He said it was a powder created from super duper rare dried flower petals, and that if I did him a big favor, I could have some of my own. Please, Miriam, don't tell me. But I filled my suitcase with them and brought them home. He was so nice, he even met me at the gate when I arrived. Later, when I cooked with him, this really strange feeling came over me, and the flavor was unlike anything else I had ever tasted. I think you're being very liberal about your meaning of spices here. Whatever. Anyhow, we both share an interest in cooking, so we stayed in touch, like pen pals. I bet he would love to know more about the new spices. Well, I'm definitely not supposed to share Colonel Sanders' secret recipe, and besides, I only know one ingredient, so I doubt it'd be much use to anybody. Please, please, please! It would mean the world to me came from you or from Colonel Sanders.
Make up a fake ingredient.
Yeah.
Protect the secret. You quickly think of a fake ingredient name. I don't know, how about...
It was the Eye of New? Yeah, I don't know, it sounded like something out of the witch potions. But what can you do? Eye of New? Wow.
Her eyes light up imagining such a thing. You figured that you've satisfied her curiosity and she'll move on. However, she immediately turns around and does the thumb typing on her phone that you can't quite see. That's probably not good. Before you can ask her to confirm that she is definitely not texting secrets to other people, you're interrupted. A wind rushes in, cherry blossom petals fill the air. It's Colonel Sanders, he's arriving at school.
On a horse?
We should give the man his space.
Yeah.
Colonel Sanders' horse is truly a thing of beauty. Without ever acknowledging that he's being watched, he does a short horse dance before dismounting with a flourish.
Of course.
He then slaps the beautiful creature gently on its rear, sending it to run free into the countryside. You are so struck by the sight of him that you lose the ability to speak coherently. Oh, I didn't realize anyone was watching. Don't worry, he knows his way home. You attempt to compliment Colonel Sanders, but the words don't come out exactly right.
What a worshipful beaut you have. I mean, what a worshipful beaut you have. Dang it, just, you know what I said.
Being a good friend, Miriam attempts to cover for you.
Oh, maybe I just get nervous around people that like...
What? This isn't helping.
I mean, they got food poisoning and we're all up night. It was gruesome. You should have seen it.
She gives you a wink and a smile as if to say, situation handled. Can't blame a girl for trying. And with that, Colonel Sanders disappears into the school, leaving you and Miriam to follow. When you enter the classroom, you can see your two rivals, Ashley and Van Van, are doing something bad. By the way that they're hiding, you know it must be really bad. Like counterfeiting recipes bad, experimenting with restricted ingredients bad, summoning a demon bad? You try to peek over at Van Van's hulking shoulder, but he sees you coming. Whoa there, little one. I'm not sure you're ready to handle this.
Why don't you make like a bee and mind your own wax, honey?
Listen, which one do you think?
Yeah, maybe act like you're not interested.
You sit near the rivals, but you leave your back turned to them. You even hear Van Van muttering something that sounds a bit like a magic spell. However, he notices you eavesdropping. You try and cover your tracks and improvise an excuse.
It's time for class and you're distracting the rest of us who want to learn.
Now you've upset them.
That's you.
Oh, right.
Oh, and you're the emperor of cooking, are you? You make the rules.
Can I see the drink?
Yeah, you can see the drink. Today's Melee Massacre episode is brought by Watermelon Crush, except that it isn't.
No, but I would like to be brought here by Watermelon Crush. I'm not sure how you'd know how to make a good... I'm not sure you'd know a good meal if it ate you.
Being the best chef in the world takes more than culinary skills. It takes creativity. It takes panache.
Doesn't hurt to use a little evil. You finally get a look at what it is they're hiding and you instantly recognize it. It's a book just like the one you found after your encounter with the Spork Monster. That's the same... Oh.
That's the same book I found in the quad.
Ashley immediately elbows Van Van, who hides the book behind his back.
I don't know what you're talking about. That book is a family heirloom and its content's a secret.
You notice that they haven't just been studying the book. They've got Pop pinned to the wall and they're tossing potato skins at him to see if he tries to catch them in his mouth. We're playing, hee hee hee. Before you can dig any further, you're interrupted by the arrival of more students. It's almost time for class.
Beep, beep.
Clank must be running late. He's in such a hurry that he rolls right over Van Van's meaty foot. Hey, watch it, you bucket of bolts.
You should watch how you talk to him. He didn't do anything.
Who do you think you're talking to? I've never had such a language, not even from a stand mixer.
No, your mother was a stand mixer. Van Van jumps to attack Clank, but Clank just shocks Van Van, sending him flying across the room.
Protect me, Colonel Sanders. These crazy men are about to come to blows. I think it must be over me, but I'm not interested in either of them.
Ashley's tone is completely changed in an instant. She bats her eyelashes at Colonel Sanders. Surely he must know that this is a ruse, right? Gentlemen, get a hold of yourselves. Save it for the arena at least, or don't. Honestly, what do I care? I've got lofty career aspirations to focus on.
Maybe I can help you with your business plan.
Just then, Sprinkles arrives to signal the true start of the class day. He's panting, which doesn't seem that abnormal. He's a professor, but he's also a dog.
Students, take your seats. Now, I apologize for my late arrival. I spent the morning chasing a car all around town, and my tiny legs are very, very tired. I'm here now, and I hope you'll be ready to learn.
Rub his furry dog belly. He loves it.
Yes.
After he catches his breath, Sprinkles regains control of the classroom.
Without further ado, let's review the global history of my favorite fowl, the chicken.
You want to pay attention to the lesson, truly you do.
Which is why in 1776, at the signing of the Declaration of Independence, it was a chicken who first signed their name.
But you can't help but daydream about Colonel Sanders, and you missed most of the important parts. When you come to, Sprinkles is holding a tray of food in front of you.
Well, Melly?
Naturally, this appears to you to be a sample platter. Which item do you want to sample? A shimmering pepper.
If that's what you want.
Because a dog biscuit doesn't seem right, and
No.
a glass of water, everyone sampled that.
Yeah.
A brightly colored pepper stands out from the other items. It sparkles in the most eye-catching way, so naturally you reach out, grab it, and eat it the right way. However, your body is not prepared for the heat. The pepper has triggered an intense spice hallucination. It feels like forever as you trip through the universe. My friend, ooh. This guy again? I'm here to give you an important message, ooh. You must avenge my death and fulfill your destiny. All you must do is... I was trying to say, fulfill your destiny. All you must do is...
Sorry, I think I've got some spice stuck in my throat.
It's fine, I'll work through. To fulfill... the prophecy. You must... You feel yourself begin to regain consciousness. Damn it. Oh man. You come to and everyone is staring at you.
Oh no. That pepper was the last kind of... It's kind of rare, but now it's gone forever.
Oh, you think to yourself, geez, I should pay better attention.
We all make mistakes. I'm sure he'll forgive you someday. Come on, it's time for lunch.
Before anyone can relax, the cafeteria lights dim, and your rivals enter to make a dramatic announcement.
Oh, but no, that's you.
Today's lunch will be prepared via timed competitive cook-off. The level of theatrics for these two is off the charts.
Step up and say you're on. You'll need a partner.
Also, I just noticed, is his shirt only...
Yes. it's a JoJo shirt to the T.
That's so funny.
That's some Dio nonsense. Count me in. If I had to wipe the tables with you fools before I set my lunch down on it, then so be it.
I'm not the fool, you're the fool, fool! Good one, Van Van. I like your grumption. I like your grumption, Melee. I'll be watching your performance. Just as things reach a boiling point, Sprinkle steps in. Surely he'll put a stop to this madness.
Now, students, please settle down. This is his lunchroom, not a sporting court.
Finally, a little sense, you breathe a sigh of relief.
At least, not until we turn on the timer.
Just then, huge lights blast you in the face, flashing the words, "Timer ready."
Now that's what I'm talking about. I stand corrected.
The hard way builds solidly a foundation of confidence that cannot be swept away. And that's an original quote by me. In case anyone was wondering, I hope its message lifts you to victory.
Like a diamond, I was formed under pressure. Now it's my chance to shine. I'll defeat you myself.
You had this chicken and you made mashed potatoes and gravy on day one, and you're feeling like you can really impress them here. It's time to boil some water for the potatoes. Think fast, if the timer runs down, you'll be forced to pick randomly. What temperature does... Oh god.
Oh.
Yes? No?
Oh! What were you thinking, Melee? Get your head on the game.
Oh.
11. The bottom.
11 spices, yes. That's right, you might not know all the ingredients yet, but you're headed in the right direction.
Peg wagging intensifies.
Now that you've got some basic steps going, it's time to elevate your craft. What state of mind? Vigilance? Gratitude. You must never take this opportunity for granted if you hope to succeed. Your classmates are rooting for you, but Ashley is simply stronger and faster than you. You'd better pick up the pace if you want to survive. When you were a child, your father told you to never forget where you came from. Every day you meditate on his advice and draw energy from that place. Where does it come from?
The Virgins are born.
That's right, this is your big shot and you're not going to miss it.
Hello!
You try to shut down the noise at the arena and focus on your cooking. What is the sound of success?
Sizzling.
What?
Don't make me get out of a spray bottle.
Oh, you notice Colonel Sanders out of the corner of your eye. I believe in you, Melee. He's actually cheering you on. It should be awesome, except knowing he's watching you, which makes you totally forget what you were doing. Now all you can think about is Colonel Sanders. 20 spoonfuls of gravy. Oh god. What?
Burn! Which do you take? No! 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 Wedding vows.
They don't give you enough time.
No.
Ashley has already begun plating elements of her dish. It's colorful and complex. To make up time, you toss your biscuit dough into a stand mixer. As you do, the crowd gasps.
Oh, yikes. Yeah, it would kill the rise in the bread. I know you love nothing more than seeing fellow appliances utilized in the kitchen battle, but sometimes this means sacrificing a personal touch. Or, you might not have any hands, but Melee does. And a good cook needs to be touching the dough to know when it's properly mixed.
There's an easy way and a hard way. You don't get by far doing the easy way. When you hear everyone talking, you realize how serious your error was. You immediately shove your hand into the mix with the rest of your dough before it's over mixed. Oh. But you're not fast enough and your hand gets stuck. It's immediately crushed by the quickly spinning beaters. There's no way you'll be able to use that hand for the rest of the match. Colonel Sanders shakes his head in shame. What you often find is the easy way can turn out much, much more difficult.
Everyone stop what you're doing now, the battle is over. It can't be, I wasn't close to finishing my dish. Sweetheart, look at your hand, you can't go on.
Oh, that's too bad. Here I am with a completed dish ready to serve. Surely that makes me the winner by default.
No, it wouldn't be fair to compare you two. On the account of Melee's injury.
You see Sprinkles begin to lick his doggy chops as he walks onto the dish.
But I suppose you should at least tell us what you prepared.
Well, because I'm the sweetest, I skip straight to the dessert. Under this white chocolate dome, you'll find a wide array of delights taking you on a journey of flavor that tastes good and tells a story of excellence. I was going to ask Mary to do the honor, but since you're injured, I'm afraid that pouring this cream of delicate hot chocolate sauce might be too difficult.
Can she please stop talking? This is killing my throat.
I know, you want me to take over?
Take.
Colonel Sanders, if you don't mind lending me your big, steady, strong hand.
Someone gave her a hose.
Yeah. Oh.
Colonel Sanders pours the hot chocolate sauce on top of the dome,
I can do
causing
that.
it to melt away, revealing the ingredients hidden within.
Inside, you'll find a delicate fried cheesecake quartet atop a slice of honeycomb, ice cream, two-ways, tender nougat, and pearls of blueberry jelly.
Colonel Sanders seems intrigued, but perhaps not impressed as he dips his finger into the chocolate sauce. Simplicity isn't your strong suit, is it, Ashley?
Oh, you?
As he places the sauce-covered finger onto his lips, Ashley leans over and whispers something into his ear. A dab of sauce sticks to his mustache.
Internalize your rage that you feel. It's best.
Your rage burns so intensely within your eyes that they burst into flames. The flames cause your eyebrows to catch fire and turn to ash as they fall off of your face, which means people will have a hard time understanding your emotions for the rest of the semester, perhaps forever. Embarrassed and ashamed by your poor performance, not to mention your crusty fried brow, you run for the quad to be alone. The beautiful weather feels like an insult. Inside of you a storm rages. It's Colonel Sanders. He's probably here to tell you that he and Ashley are in love and have decided to get married. He won't even ask for you to cater his wedding because you're a terrible chef and an awful person.
Oh, God.
You try to hide from him, but he approaches you directly. I know you're hurting right now. Not just from the devastating loss from that run-in, but from that run-in with the mixer and that small fire. We should get that checked out.
I'm fine. Can't you just leave me alone? I'm a loser. I'm not fit to be your fryer. I'll never be a master chef.
Failure's a part of life, not just for you, but for all of us. Do you think I've never failed at anything before?
That's exactly what I think.
Well, then think again. I wasn't always the man you see before you enrolled in culinary school, incredibly handsome, successful, motivated. Well, handsome, sure, I was born that way. But I've walked other paths and arrived at dead ends. I was passionate about life, but I failed as an obstetrician. What? I was passionate about justice, but I failed as a lawyer. I was passionate about livestock, but I even failed as a mule handler. That one was especially humiliating. Mules can be so cruel.
I didn't know.
People see my delicate ribbon tie and my well-kept beard and assume that I've got it all together, which is true now, but it hadn't always been. Sounds like this guy could really use a hug. I've resolved then that I was going to amount to something. No amount of hours, labor, or money would deter me from giving my best that I had to give. As Colonel Sanders changes focus, you can see something ignite inside of him. A burning passion. One has to remember that every failure can be stepping stone to something better. My new dream is pure, it's honest, it's something that a humble man in a crisp white suit can be proud of. I will create a new chain of chicken restaurants that will bring joy to the entire world and make up for my past misdeeds. Yay! Just as your moment grows intimate, you're interrupted by a threatening shadowy presence. Battle scarred from the night before, you prepare for the worst. It's the spork monster. Sporkle! Oh wait, no, that's melee, not a sound effect.
Porco? Oh yeah, it hurts. I know I wouldn't say I'd be back after the whole fight to the death thing, but maybe you don't really want to see me anymore, but I just wanted to say I was wrong for attacking you, and I apologize. I know what it's like having to always look over at your shoulder. Monster problems, am I right? Aw, thanks, Barco. I'm glad there's no hard feelings. Getting jumped by a giant creature in the night can really rile a person up. I also want to apologize for the way I switched right into attack mode. I know that you're strong and your cooking school can put a person under a lot of stress. I actually used to go to the school. I wasn't always a sport monster, you know. I don't believe it, you're human ones? Well, no, I was golden retriever, but I was still a student. Until one day, me and kids took a magic spell book and cast a dark enchantment on me and I was forever transformed. A magic spell book? Precisely, I had prepared a copy for myself, but somewhere along the way I've dropped it. If you find such a book, I beg of you, respect it. You're a powerful ship and you shouldn't rely on dark and evil magic. No, you should be protecting the innocent from those who would cheat through the sorcery and guilt. If you need me, don't fear. I will be there.
Sounds like there's some bad cooks in the kitchen of life. Melee, together I am sure we can defeat them. Come back to my hideaway and we can discuss. A personal invite. You can't imagine what Colonel Sanders' home must be like, but it sounds like you're about to find out. Stepping inside Colonel Sanders' home, surrounded by his things, you start to feel a special bond with him.
It looks like you've lived such an exciting life, Colonel Sanders.
Every day can be an adventure if you approach it with the right attitude. Long ago, I made the decision to never stop searching, never stop working, never stop imagining. Have you been working on any new recipes of your own lately? I'm always excited to talk about food with another ambitious chef.
Well, there is something. It's just a side dish that I've been tinkering with. I'm trying to find the right balance of flavors and textures. I'm not sure I've nailed it yet from close.
Colonel Sanders' eyes perk up as he starts to wonder what dish you might be describing.
It's meant to be a pair of something spicy and something crispy. Perhaps both?
Now you've got him right where you want him. Should you reveal your new creation to him or keep it a secret just for you?
I think we can trust Colonel Sanders.
Yeah, we'll risk it all for the Colonel.
We'll risk it all for the Colonel.
You decide that you're as ready as you'll ever be to share your original cooking with Colonel Sanders. Before you can talk yourself out of it, you decide to dive in head first. You reach into your lunch bag for a special dish that you've been keeping on ice all day.
I present to you my original coleslaw.
Oh.
Gross.
He's about to call the police.
Yeah.
No, made by the devil.
Shredded cabbage glistens in the light of Colonel Sanders' Deluxe hideaway. I don't like.
No, that's of the
coleslaw.
devil. Magnificent. Together you can chow down on the creamy slaw until just a spoonful remains in the bowl. Do you mind if I hold on to that last bite? I'd like to have it around so that I can admire its taste later and think back at this moment. You could offer it to make him more, but he seems like he's a very sentimental kind of guy. Sure, why not?
Sure, why not?
Please make yourself comfortable. I'll be back in just a moment. You realize that now would be the perfect time to do some snooping. Around the room are various items you can get a closer look at. Each item seems to radiate memories and emotions. Tap on an item to discover more about the Colonel. Notice a very realistic stuffed chicken sitting on the corner table. When you pick it up, you realize it isn't just realistic, it's real.
Taxidermy must have been important to Colonel Sanders when it was alive.
A little note clipped to the chicken's foot reads, "The true state of this bird of the great state of Kentucky." This must be where he keeps the secret recipe. Think for a moment, what number is important to Colonel Sanders? Then it dawns on you. As soon as you turn the dial to 111111, the safe opens. Inside it, you find a single note.
Wait, so his
And chicken be prepared.
sashimi style.
Oh. I don't think so, because
his
isn't
password is
sashimi
just
raw?
all ones? Yeah.
You take a closer look at the large urn sitting on a nearby pedestal. There's a plaque on it. It's dusty, but when you wipe it off, you can read the inscription. It says, "Here lie the ashes of all my past careers and business failures." Poor guy. Oh? You open the door to find Colonel Sanders' closet and find a robe with signature white suits hanging within. You take one off its hanger and try it on. The jacket is a bit big for you, but it's soft and comfortable. You give yourself a huge deep hug, breathing in the scent. They say that home is where the heart is. Is this what they meant? Before you can look any further, you hear Colonel Sanders returning. He has a new dish that he has been working on, and he wants you to taste it. You try it out casual until he asks why you're wearing his jacket.
Aww.
I don't usually loan those out, but I must say it does look good on you. Oh crap, the jacket. You forgot to take it off.
You either fess up or tell him you're cold. It's your big moment to make your move then. Whatever your heart leads you to with Colonel Sanders.
We'll risk it all for the Colonel. Whoa, this... Not that we blame you for trying. But still. No!
No! Try again! I'm hungry. Oh, God.
Eat.
It's Spark Monster. Let's go. Can we talk about how he had a baby picture in his house? Yeah, and he has his glasses. Reveal it.
Okay, chicken.
Earn. 111.
Kentucky Fried Goodness.
Tell me you're cold. I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to intrude. I got a little cold and thought it might warm me up.
Colonel Sanders smiles and scoots close to the fireplace. It's warm by the fire. Why don't you come a little closer? Suddenly, everything feels like it's moving too fast. Final exams are tomorrow. You should be thinking about what you're going to cook.
I should be home studying.
Overwhelmed, you take off the jacket and run for the door. But the thought of leaving Colonel in the midst of such an emotional breakthrough gives you a pause. You stop yourself.
Colonel?
Yes, Melee?
Honestly, I think this might be the beginning of something wonderful.
I think you're right. We should take things slow. You walk off into the night and drift into a slumber. Dream sequence!
Chicken and friends.
And dead friend. You awake to a beautiful morning in Colonel Sanders' hideaway. Did you make the right decision on how to respond to Colonel Sanders? Only time will truly tell. Today is a day that could change the rest of your life. Your thoughts are interrupted when Colonel Sanders emerges into the room. He's holding a gorgeously plated breakfast, and your mouth waters at the sight of it.
Oh.
Here's a simple breakfast I just whipped up. It's meticulous.
Chicken and biscuits for breakfast? For breakfast? The biscuit part makes sense. Why not some pancakes?
You taste Colonel Sanders' food and it takes you on a journey. When you return, he's waiting to ask you an important question. So would you say that we're the perfect match? How presumptuous. My cuisine and your taste buds, that is. Such confidence, such grace. Could he be the world's greatest gift to cookery?
Flatter him. You know, I think we make a great team.
A single tear begins to pool in the corner of his eye as he gazes out the window. With the right business partner, I know I can't fail. Business partner, could he be talking to you? It's all happening so quick. Overcome with emotion and confused by your feelings, you're on the verge of tears, unable to speak. The only answer you can find is to run out the door and get home. You're still one more day of school after all. The University of Cooking School Academy for Learning awaits for no one. You get home to find something very surprising. Your best friend is waiting there for you.
Where have you been? Because I had one heck of a night. I've been desperate to talk to you about it, but I couldn't find you. I got worried something happened to you. It's okay, I was just... But now it turns out you're fine, and I can finally get you up to the saga of Miriam. Sure, but you will not believe what happened after school yesterday. I went on a date. I think I can believe that. Since I've been partnered up with Clank, he asked me to go out with him. Of course, I told him, you better keep your dials turned to polite and respectful. I'm not that kind of girl. But he was interested in spending one-on-one time together and getting to know me, and I was like, yeah, sure, I can get to know this little metallic guy. Long story short, he took me skydiving with his friends, but things quickly spiraled out of control.
You're gonna tell me it's too heavy for the parachute? Did she just say skydiving as if that's a typical first date to go on with a talking pressure cooker?
And now I'm not really sure where we stand.
You don't give Miriam time to tell her whole story, however. Bottling up the details of your own night is just too much to bear.
And I went on a date too, back to Colonel Sanders' house, where I spent the night with him. You what? Nothing happened, but the emotional connection, wowzers.
Miriam tells you to move on from this whole Colonel Sanders obsession and focus on school. If being obsessed with Colonel Sanders is wrong, you don't want to be right. After a short argument, you both agree to go your separate ways. When you arrive at school, you encounter your rivals on the quad. You can tell from a distance that they're picking on Pop, though he himself might not quite grasp that fact. Because you know, he's Pop.
Lots of swirly, it sounds delicious.
Oh, it's great. I'll order you one up right away.
I'll have my swirly with sprinkles, please. Hee sprinkles as a dog and a treat.
You can... Here you go.
You can get your swirly dipped too. Why don't you pick up someone your own size?
Because I'm literally the biggest person at the school.
There is that horse that Colonel Sanders rides to schools, but who would dare pick on such a gentle, beautiful creature?
You got some nerve, Melee, suggesting I pick on a defenseless horse.
Now you're twisting my words, and I won't have that.
You clench your fist, but the injury from yesterday's mixer accident makes you wince with pain. Oh, doesn't look like you can go on cooking like that. Might as well give up.
I'll never give up, ever.
Colonel Sanders arrives just as it appears that things are close to boiling over. A naturally intuitive person, he senses that something has been going on. Is everyone excited for the final day of school? Melee, how's that hand feel? And I'm sure you'll be back in fighting form by this afternoon.
Aren't you concerned with my hands, Colonel? Yesterday I almost broke a nail winning so hard.
Technically, I don't believe a winner was decided, but your presentation was quite impressive. What is he doing complimenting her?
Oh, but what about my delicate, warm, gooey chocolate sauce?
It was clear that you're passionate about how your food is received.
That's a lot of words for it. That was bland.
Excuse me, Melee, I am more than capable enough to speak for myself.
Maybe you could tell me more about your thoughts as we walk to class, Colonel.
I'm always interested in discussing the fine art of fine foods. See you inside, Melee. Annoyed by Colonel Sanders' inability to see Ashley for who you know she really is, you walk to the quad to get some distance. In an attempt to distract yourself from how slighted you feel by that interaction with Ashley, you take out the spell book you recovered yesterday and start flipping through the pages.
Whoa, is that the book? That's that book? That looks like bad news. It's just laying upon lighting on the ground. It would appear to be some sort of grimoire, but I don't really believe in that magic stuff.
You met the spork monster.
A grimoire? A book of spells? I don't know. Who would spend that much time decorating the magic book if it weren't really powerful? I can think one surefire way to find out.
You open to a page with arcane warnings. Cast only in case of extreme emergency, it says around the edges of the page.
I could use one of the spells here to erase anyone I choose from all of my memories. And if I could scrub Colonel Sanders out, it would probably help me focus better on the final upcoming exam. That's way drastic. Couldn't you do something else, like anything else, not rooted in dark magic? Maybe tie a string around your finger? Okay, it is. Or, wait, no, that's you.
Okay, fine, it is drastic, but desperate times call for desperate measures. You've got a memory erasing spellbook sitting right in front of you, and a pretty good excuse to try it out.
Don't do it. Don't be a spark monster.
Let's not. You take your friend's advice and put the book away. It's almost time for class. Sprinkles is already in the room, waiting for the students to arrive. He clears his voice to make a quick announcement.
I want all of you to know I feel something of a dog moment coming on, but I assure you it is nothing to be afraid of.
Oh, shit.
Oh. Just keep on reading.
Okay. When you follow his gaze, you see a tiny orange squirrel perched on the cherry tree outside. Sprinkles turns feral and runs towards the window of the classroom and begins barking uncontrollably at the squirrel outside.
Parents! I've told you to never come back here, parents! I will destroy your parents!
Sprinkles is barking ferociously, drool flying off his face. The squirrel looks over but doesn't say anything back. You wonder, is that even a talking squirrel? Who named him Terrence?
You better not show your chubby cheeks around here ever again.
After Sprinkles is satisfied that his presence has been felt not only by Terrence but any other squirrel in hearing distance, he returns to his professional tone.
I apologize for my outburst. This is actually something to bring up of importance. Thank you, Melee, for reminding me to dole out insurmountable amounts of bits of wisdom so you did choose the right option. You see?
But before he can go any further, Miriam's love drama spills over into the class. Sprinkles is interrupted by words and sparks coming from the back of the room. Oh no.
I told you to save it for after class. You think I want to be thrown from a plane strapped to a stranger?
Miriam and Clank appear to be arguing, but you still haven't learned to speak Clank's language of mechanical noises.
No, but you had to show up to your cool friends Jeff and Joanne, J&J forever. Watch us from a love triangle, a triangle in the mid-airs we descend. Triangles are the strongest shape, don't you know? Yeah, well, that doesn't make a great date. Then take Jeff and Joanne with you. You can hold all the hands you want as a pedal down from a mountain or off a cliff for all I care. Sad.
Clank begins to shudder. Steam pours out of the gaps in his panels, and then a loud ding stops him in his tracks.
No amount of seasoning is going to make me want to eat that, Clank.
Clank burps out a completely deep-fried sneaker, considering that he himself has wheels, not feet. It's not entirely clear where it came from.
In terms of deep-fried footwear, I guess it looks okay.
Clank slowly rolls out of the room to be alone with his shoe. Everyone tries to pretend like they didn't see that entire thing go down. Nothing like a loud public breakup to cast a pall over the final day of school.
Well, that was unfortunate. But we must remember not to be distracted from what lies ahead. The final competition showdown challenge exam. I'm still working on the title, but you get it. Test time approaches. See you all in the arena.
But before you can think about your upcoming competition, there's a very beautiful soul nearby in need of a pep talk.
Hey Miriam, are you okay? Okay. I'm so mad I could smash a tiny mug, spilling several droplets of hot cocoa all over the floor. How could you embarrass me in class like that, in front of everyone?
Her tiny cocoa is a delicious treasure, so you know that this breakup is no joke, even if the source of her frustration is such a silly boy.
I know that you know this, but I'm gonna say it out loud. You don't need anyone. You and me, we're gonna cruise through this final test. and hit the carpool lane to Success City.
Miriam brightens up, imagining the wind rushing through her short bangs, but she hesitates to embrace the feeling all the way.
You're not gonna saddle up on Colonel Sanders' stallion and ride off into the sunset without me? Of course not. Well, maybe sort of, but I'm sure there's a pony out there with your name on it and a ranch big enough for us both and whoever else you want to bring along. If it's not Papa Clank or anyone else you meet today, tomorrow, or the whole year, so what? You're a special person. You shouldn't settle for the first someone who shows you a little interest anyhow.
Miriam gives you a big hug and wipes the tears from her cheeks.
I should try to review my menu for today. I'm gonna make a very special soup. And I bet Professor Dog is gonna love it up.
While you were pep talking Miriam, you completely missed lunch, but that's okay because you had a better idea of how to spend the time before your exam. You decided to head to the arena early to practice a dish. This is it, the location of your final challenge, a test of will, a test of courage, a test of talent, and a chance to beat the pants off Van, the supposed man-man, and his eviler counterpart, Ashley. As planned, you begin to run through a quick test of a recipe you've been working on, Melee's famous chicken pot pie. After practicing for months, making this dish comes second nature to you, and you're able to quickly get a fresh pot pie in the oven, but as soon as you do, your cram session is interrupted by Colonel Sanders, complete with cherry blossoms. Melee, what are you doing here? There's still time before the exam.
Oh, I'm just taking it all in. I'm big to visualizing success. I'm looking at my station and picturing success.
The pot pies begin to bake, and the smell slowly filling the space around you. Visualizing, huh? That's not too bad. I was hoping you were here cooking something delicious. You'd usually happily share your food with anyone who is hungry, but the last time you let Colonel Sanders get to your head, you lost a cook-off. You decide that it's time to put your cooking above your romantic desires, but that decision gets hard to stick to when the oven timer goes off behind you.
What's up? You don't want to ruin your chicken pot pie?
No. Okay, here you go.
Okay, you got me. I'm doing a little more than visualizing.
I know, my nose can smell a pot pie from 400 yards. That's an oddly specific distance, but you'd expect nothing less from such an oddly specific man.
You knew it was a pot pie just from the smell?
Not just a pot pie, but a chicken pot pie with an all-butter crust. My nose is telling me something else. Oh no, is it burning? Oh wait.
No, is it burning? I mean, he could be worried that it's burning too.
That's what I thought at first. Now I can smell that it was made with the heap and help of TLC. But it'll probably start burning any second if you don't pull it out. The moment of truth. Wow. That's the best pot pie I've ever tasted. I've always loved country cooking, and I could eat this all day. There's no time left. The final showdown is about to begin. Sprinkles lays down the ground rules.
There are no more rules except cook with everything you've got.
You step up for the cook-off of a lifetime. You decide that mac and cheese plus the pot pie you've been practicing are just the dishes that'll push you over the edge to victory. Meanwhile, both Van and Ashley are prepping wildly elaborate dishes per their usual over-the-top selves. Miriam has her giant magnifying glass and several sets of tweezers. She's definitely prepared to go big going small. Colonel Sanders seems to be harnessing his 11 herbs and spices, but he's trying to find a way to improvise in something perfect. His original recipe, fried chicken.
You okay there?
The intensity in the room starts at a full 10 out of 10 with a frenzy of action. Everyone is calling out really cool special cooking moves as they prepare their food. Wow, this is getting serious. Colonel Sanders batters his hand on the chicken as it levitates through the air. Egg wash! Miriam furiously injects ingredients into an itty-bitty pot of broth.
Best friend's batter blaster.
Van flexes his pectorals as he chops open a sea urchin. Let's rock and roid. Ashley scoops her pastries off the tray with lightning speed.
Shallow personality spatula.
Even Clink gets in on it. 5-tile pressure point chicken cooking technique.
He spoke English.
Wait, when did Clink learn to speak English?
It's the singularity as we foretold.
We mustn't let it happen, or the appliance uprising will take us all.
Self-destruct.
Van quickly unplugs Clink and rolls him out of the back door of the arena. As you frantically prepare your dish, you notice Ashley has her spellbook out. Is she going to do some dark magic to turn the tide? You've got a book of your own, and you're desperate not to see her win or any other battle. Should you take this opportunity to fight the magic with magic, even if it's almost certainly evil magic?
No. Do it the hard way. We learned earlier that doing it easy and how it goes.
Who needs magic when you have passion?
I'm gonna do it the hard way.
Colonel Sanders sees that you've chosen to win on your own terms, and he gives you a subtle wink from across the room. I believe in you, Melee. Miriam notices too.
I've always believed in you, Melee, since we were little kids. Because you're my best friend forever.
You turn to notice that Miriam is at your station cheering for you.
Miriam, what about your dish? You're here. If you're here cheering, who's cooking? Tiny food, short cook time? I'm actually already done, so I thought I'd help you. Well, it's sweet, but...
Miriam tosses a handful of spices directly into your boiling noodles.
It's the secret recipe!
However, she doesn't know that you lied and the ingredient was made up, and where in the world would she get that eye of newt from? The boiling pot explodes, sending Miriam flying backwards. The watery noodles begin to swirl in the air, bubbling up into a dark cloud that thickens and congeals before your very eyes.
It is I, Steve, the Spork Monster. Steve, what happened to Porco? You're not here to battle me, are you? We Spork Monsters are many. I think Porco had the day off. But you have conquered Steve. And I hate to battle, so I'd say you're doing pretty alright. And hey, you're in the middle of a cooking competition. I love this stuff. It's even better than TV. You crazy kids and your culinary skills really impress me. Mind if I hang out? Sorry, Steve, but I'm kind of in the middle of something. Do you mind?
Steve the Spork Monster notices that you've got the grimoire stashed beneath your cooking station.
I see what you're up to, crisscrossing some magic items and accidentally summoned me, huh? Yeah, I guess, sorta. If you're here, would you mind tossing some fresh noodles into the pot of salted water? I'd love to. I've always wanted to be a top chef, you know, when I was just a little spork pup back in the old country.
You can feel Spork Monster winding up to tell you a very long, involved story. You don't know exactly where they came from, but it seems like it was probably lonely there.
Actually, you know what? You should watch from the stands. I really need to focus on the competition. I understand. It's the kind of thing that... It's kind of like that time in monster school when I had fallen asleep during a scare tactics class, and then when I woke up...
You toss a serious stare at Steve, and he takes the hint.
Never mind, I'll talk to you later. Good luck.
Having suffered this huge setback, you don't know how you could ever win. Summon extra power from deep down within yourself.
Yeah, we don't give up. I can do this. I have whatever it takes. I'm here to win.
Your hair turns mac and cheese orange as culinary energy flows through your body.
My heart is pure, my hands are steady, my taste buds have been preparing for this time for our entire lives.
Mom Spaghetti. Yes, Melee, you are the chosen one. You will avenge me. The power you've been summoning immediately fades back out.
You're interrupting my inspiring monologue.
Sorry.
My heart is pure, my hands are tense, and my taste buds have been preparing for their entire lives for this moment. I will show the world my cookery.
You begin to levitate off the ground. Energy courses through your body. You know that with this power you can do anything. Except turn back time, which would be super useful, because while you were powering up, your chicken pot pie overcooked in the oven and can't be served. But don't worry, dear Melee. You may have suffered some setbacks, but all is not lost. Impressed with your fortitude, Colonel Sanders decides that you have earned his support. I've been watching you today, and I must say I'm truly impressed. You've been thinking on your feet and rolling with the punches. He steps up to your station and stands right beside you. I'm here to help. All you managed to make is mac and cheese, and time is almost up, so you're going to need it. To Colonel Sanders.
But Colonel Sanders, what about the test? What will happen to you? What about the rules?
Following the rules has never really been my thing. I follow my heart. What a guy. Colonel Sanders unfolds a delicate white towel to reveal the most delicious fried chicken tenders you've ever laid your eyes on. And besides, sometimes unexpected combinations can have surprising effects that surpass their individual efforts.
Are you suggesting?
We combine forces, we can form the perfect food union.
Time's up, students!
With time expired, it's the moment everyone has been waiting for.
You must now prepare to present your dishes.
A handful of students stand tall, but the class seems incomplete.
It seems we're missing some students. Pop? Clank? Oh.
From off screen, you hear a pure innocent giggle that can only come from one student.
Hee hee, I'm flying.
It sounds like it's coming. Oh.
It sounds like it's coming from a broom closet over there. Would you mind?
Inside of the closet, you see Pop hanging from a broom by the elastic of his underpants.
Pop, get down there from this instant, right now. Let me guess, did Dan have something to do with this?
When someone asks for a wedgie, who am I to refuse?
I thought a wedgie was a salad.
It looks like Pop is eliminated from the challenge, seeing how he didn't cook anything.
I can't feel my legs. May I be excused?
Sure. You kids and your pranks, I must say that it's not the worst thing in our school's history, but it's not exactly your criteria. Wait a second, pranks? Pranks, Clank? Where did the pressure cooker roll off to?
You wait to hear a signature word, beep, or other onomatopoeia, but there's none.
Somehow he must have gotten unplugged, I guess. We'll have to figure that out later. That leaves only 4 remaining students. Please collect your final projects. Yes, it has been a long semester. Wow, 3 whole days. But after days of hard work and time as it comes, for me to eat. Miriam, please step forward. Now, describe your dish. I've made tender udon noodles in a savory soup. My word, that is delectable. Is it teeny tiny no rocket I spy floating in that itsy bitsy bowl? Yes, chef. Please call me Sprinkles. Chef is my father's name. Yes, Sprinkles. And the green tea comes from baby tea leaves that I just picked myself.
Sprinkles carefully sniffs around the dish before opening his mouth and letting just the tip of his pinky dog tongue slip into the bowl. Or his pink tongue.
Yeah,
Pink dog tongue.
he licked it.
He licked it.
It's his. Sublime! Would anyone else like a taste? Oh, come on, I'm not one of those dogs who doesn't floss. I've even gotten a really cute electric toothbrush for dogs. Fine, I'll enjoy it all by myself.
And in a flash, the entire meal has been devoured. Not that it took much, it was less than a thimble's worth of soup.
A plus, rarely do I taste a dish with so much love as it is poured into yours.
Miriam is overjoyed. She gives you a huge hug.
Thank you, Melee, for helping me believe in myself. Van Ven, you're up. Now describe your dish.
I made uni over smooth egg custard and Axion urchin shell, topped with caviar.
Did you skewer one type of urchin with spines from another? Different colored type of urchin?
Yes, Sprinkles.
Bit much, don't you think?
That's exactly why I did it. A bit much is kind of my brand. Doesn't it look cool? Sprinkles leans in to sniff the uni, but he can't get his nose close enough on account of all the spikes. He begins to paw at it, erratically, causing the custard to slosh around.
What?
Please be gentle with my cuisine. Finally, Sprinkles goes all in, tongue first, but he can't get past all the needles. He reels back as his tongue is poked and prodded.
Ouchie, my tongue.
The professor appears to be having an allergic reaction to the sting.
I can't eat with the... I can't keep my tongue poking. Disqualified. Stunning turn of events. You would have thought serving food in a bowl made of needles could have been difficult to eat.
Dejected Ben Ben does not go gentle into the night. Disqualified for glamour?
Don't dish out the pimpliness.
This isn't the last you've heard of me. Before forcing us to endure his swollen tongue for another moment, Sprinkles graciously laps up a bowl of milk.
I know, I'm a dog and I drink milk, get over it. It's something that helps calm my agitated tongue. Next student, Ashley, time to step up. Now describe your dish. I made orange blossom Turkish delights in a light river rosewater syrup topped with French meringue and connected with sugar glass. That actually doesn't sound too bad. Indeed, it's quite delightful, but however, I'd ask that you please refrain from eating it or attempting to taste it in any other way. It's very fragile, meant to be a display piece. Don't eat food at the cooking school? Got toast in your ears or something, Melee? I told you, it's a display piece. Ashley, I must say it is beautiful. However, this is a cooking competition at the cooking school.
The food's not gonna stay good forever.
Yeah, that's why I cooked it and did an extremely good job cooking it too. I didn't realize we were having an eating exam. If I wanted to be judged on eating, I'd go to a school of eating, school for the hungry. I suppose you can smell it. If you must absolutely insist, don't breathe too hard. You might interrupt the sugar spiral. If a food cannot be eaten, it cannot be judged. You're disqualified.
Rage overtakes Ashley, and she cannot keep her two-faced routine up.
You wouldn't know high-end cuisine if it cooked you.
And with that, Ashley storms off to rededicate herself to being the best, but this time without being shackled by trying to be fake nice and liked by everyone.
This isn't the last of you've heard of me either. This class gets much smaller and I'll be teaching myself.
You and Colonel Sanders, the final cook, step up together.
2 shops? What began as a delicious bowl of macaroni and cheese
Has become something else.
He examines, or here with you.
He examines it closely, sniffing and eyeing the bowl. Uh-oh, I don't have a good feeling about this. From somewhere in the room, a literal drumroll plays.
Just when I thought I had seen everything in this kitchen, you gave me this thing. And you've completely blown me away with it in my 49 dog years of life. I've never tasted anything so delicious and so perfectly balanced. It's so delicious, in fact, that everyone passes the class. You pass, and you pass, and you get a pass.
Everyone gathers around and partakes of the bowl, or of the mac and cheese bowl. They all seem to transcend this reality into another dimension. You win. Together, you and Colonel Sanders have made a new menu item. The new menu item is so impressive that even Van Van and Ashley are drawn back in by its magnificent fragrance. When they gaze upon your mac and cheese bowl, they admit that you are indeed an excellent chef. Sprinkles declares that you have passed. Everyone has passed. There were supposed to be more battles, but come on, how could they be better than this one? Now that this school year is complete and everyone has graduated, the students return for one last assignment, get their groove on. The cafeteria has been completely redecorated in order to serve as the site of the school's graduation dance. Compared to the massive high-tech looking arena, the humble decor seems downright cute and cozy.
DJ Dog in the house!
You knew that Sprinkles was a master chef and a world-renowned turntable. You knew that Sprinkles was a master chef, but also a world-renowned turntablist? Who says you can't teach an old dog new tricks? Van and Ashley tell everyone that they've committed themselves to righting the wrongs they did while they were villains. For a moment, you actually believe them. Not another haunting.
No, Ghost Ladder, graduation is clearly written in the school's bylaws.
I was never actually a ghost. It was all a trick to get you to finally notice me.
Oh, amusing.
Now that everyone is together, it's the Spork Monster. He is totally mellowed out.
Everyone, the Spork Monster is no more. From here on, I would prefer everyone to refer to me as my new name, the Party Monster.
The student tries to finish what he has to say, but everyone is too rapid talking to Spork. Sorry, Party Monster. Dejected, the student walks off. Maybe things didn't work out for Miriam romantically, but she found love in her cooking, and you know she's gonna do great. The red carpet rolls out across the floor of the ballroom. It's like a Hollywood movie premiere, but who could command such an entrance? It's Pop. He's arrived late to the dance, but apparently for good reason. Walking the carpet, you see it perched his dirty chef's hat.
A crown? Welcome back, Pop. I know you weren't able to complete the final exam and accept your diploma. So we nailed yours directly to your father and figured it was the least we could do for the school's theme. I get it now. And we get a new wing of the school, not to mention the honor of educating the son of the Chancellor of Sunwichism.
The music of the dance is interrupted by the sound of sparking and electrical hissing. It's Clank, who has arrived late to the dance.
He's in a suit. He's the only one in a suit. Now that I have graduated, I can reveal my truth.
Whoa, he's still doing the talking thing.
I am Clank, but I am not of this earth. I am actually from a faraway planet in another dimension.
What?
What? I actually feel like I knew this the whole time. Now that I have learned the ways of your kind, I must return. Miriam, will you come with me? I don't know what to say. Besides, no, obviously. I've just begun to learn who I really am. This isn't time for me to devote myself to figuring out who you are, Clank.
You're blown away by Miriam's maturity. It's pretty clear she has managed to surpass you in that regard.
I understand. Kind of. Humans are weird.
A portal opens up and Clank disappears through it. Finally, Colonel Sanders arrives. Howdy, classmates.
Why is everyone in, just normal clothing for the school dance?
I guess because they had to dress up so much for the rest of it? I don't know. Just like the first day you met him, he has come back prepared to feed the entire class. However, it's not enough to just give them a bucket of chicken. This time, it's a full meal.
Oh, yeah.
I didn't get to be the most famous chicken man in history of chicken and man by not reminding people to go out and buy my chicken.
The end?
No, it's not the end. As everyone feasts on their delicious chicken dinner, Colonel Sanders finds you sitting at the edge of the dance floor. Me? Or Melee? What are you doing sitting all alone?
Oh, I'm just waiting for the right person to ask me to dance.
I wonder, might you tell me, what are the qualities you'd expect to find in such a lucky person?
Off the top of my head, I don't know. A spicy husk, tidy goatee, a degree from the University of Cooking School Academy for Learning, just to name a few.
It truly is my lucky day. Would you dance with me?
Yes, I would love to.
As you glide across the dance floor, hand in hand with Colonel Sanders, the future stretches out in front of you. And once my 100th franchise is up and running, I'll be ready to take a day off And I'll be so glad to spend it together with you, Melee.
Aw, how sweet. We'll work together and play together.
Colonel Sanders stops dead in his tracks. Work together? Well, I think this is something I'll need to do just by myself.
But who will help you run your restaurants?
I don't believe I need help. Besides, based on your time at school here, do you really think running restaurants is the best path forward? Could it be you found a love connection but failed to earn Colonel Sanders' respect as a chef? Can you live with only half of him? Will you be able to endure sharing him with the other life of an entrepreneur?
I suppose I could enroll at a pastry school.
Oh my dear Melee, I'm sure that you'll find your place eventually. And along the way, you'll have me by your side.
The end! What did we just play? A mouthful is what we did.
Yes. That was our first video back in absolute months, nearly a year. And, this was a long one.
I want roaches. That's my thought. So, I think that's exactly what we should go do.
Yep, hope you guys enjoyed.
Godspeed, amen, praise be fried chicken, praise be Colonel Sanders.
If you had a finger-licking good time, give us a thumbs up.
Yeah, and if you have more recommendations, put them down there. Or don't do anything at all. Go eat some fried chicken.
Go eat some fried chicken. Yes, this has been an ad, an unsponsored ad by KFC.
Yep.
Goodbye.
Sponsor us.